Hi everyone, and welcome back to another segment of The Right Sites.
I'm Becky.
And I'm Bo.
And today we're going to take you on a tour of San Cristobal's fort.
San Cristobal is located on the eastern side of Old San Juan, Puerto Rico, and it is the smaller of the two big forts here in the city.
The other fort is El Morro, and we have done a full video on that fort if you want to check it out.
All right, so let me switch the camera around and take you up to the fort. Of course, more beautiful views. And so let's head on into the fort and show you around. So when you arrive inside the fort, you get to this big plaza area. So let me spin the camera around. Now, the ticket prices are $10 a piece.
Children are free, and you can do both forts in one day for that same price if you can do it, I think, within 24 hours. So you could maybe do one in the afternoon of one day and one in the morning the next, or fit them both in the same day.
Now, Cristobal is a much smaller fort, and to be honest, it is not as impressive as El Morro, but that's okay. It's still a cool place to visit. I think it's well worth it. So when you start out here, these rooms here, there's, let's see, about 5 rooms that describe the history of the fort itself. Now here's a right side tip. Start in the entrance furthest away on the right hand side. That way you'll go in chronological order. So I don't know why they did it this way, but I prefer to learn my history chronologically. So this fort was built by the Spanish starting in the early 1600s and completed somewhere about 150 years later. All right, so what to do when you get here? I would start off by one of these 3 tunnels right here. The tunnel to the left takes you down a very long tunnel to a dungeon. And there's no way out. You can just go all the way down there, probably 150 yards or so. The middle tunnel takes you up onto the next level overlooking the city. And then the tunnel over here takes you to another kind of dungeon area, but it's more of a museum, and the park offices, restrooms, and also another gift shop. So let's go up to the second level first, because it has some very beautiful views of the city. All right, so this is on the second level of San Cristobal, and you can walk down this path and get some more great views. And if you didn't know, the United States took control of Puerto Rico in 1898, and of course it's still a territory today. And the building you see in the distance was built by the U.S. government during World War II.
It is a bunker that you can go through, and it has beautiful views of the Atlantic if you go through that area.
And it also has beautiful views of El Morro as well. So that's worth going down there and checking that out. And then you can walk down to this area and get some really cool views of Old San Juan and the cruise port. All right, so that's kind of the second level, and there are 2 more levels to explore. And this is the way you get to it. Let me turn the camera around. Try to turn the camera around one more time. There we go. All right, so to get to the next 2 levels, you go down this really cool pathway at this part of the wall here. And as you can see, it's not a real long pathway. And then you come down here and you can go to each level. Now, up this level is another really cool World War II guard tower. And it has the best views of the Atlantic Ocean and El Morro. And then once you go around there, you'll walk down and you'll see this big turret, and you'll take that staircase down to the next level. And mainly it's just a bunch of big rooms that you can walk through, not really any displays, but it's worth kind of checking out. So once you make your way down the steps, you're going to come back to the main entrance.
I love these wooden doors that lead out to the main entrance.
And again, you could easily spend, an hour at this fort, maybe even more, depending on how much of the history you read. And then this is a great way to kind of end your tour of the fort. Here's some really old gates.
Oh, and look at the cruise ship sitting right there. That's cool.
One of the cruise ships is heading out.
Oh, this is definitely an Instagram shot moment, I'd say, through here. If you're looking for other Instagram shots, make sure to check out our other video that will highlight some of the top places you can take your Instagram photos while you're here in Old San Juan.
And this is one of the best views of the Columbus Circle right down there at the I Love San Juan sign. So that is the fort here, the smaller of the two forts here in Old San Juan. Definitely worth a visit and learning a little bit more about this beautiful city.